Way, you're on air. Your hero and your villain of 2022.
My villain for 2022 has to be Danny Townsend from the APL. His decision to move the grand final has been met with universal anger from all A-League fans. And my hero would have to be Marnus Labuschagne for his brilliant batting throughout the summer.
So, Aaron, with that, because he's Danny Townsend, the CEO there, or the chair, but then that board is made up of the Silver Lake, who are the private equity firm that have invested into the A-League, FFA or Football Australia, and then there's 5 teams represented on that board, 2 of which were Melbourne City and Melbourne Victory. Melbourne City stood by the decision. Melbourne Victory backed away from it quicker than George Costanza at a kids' party when he thinks there's a fire. So is it just his fault?
I'll rephrase that. The top 6 villains of the year have to be everyone who voted in that decision. So he's not Townsend's number 1,
sure.
And then the other 5 are the other people that voted to move the grand final.
Is that any excuse, though, for what we saw on Saturday night?
Definitely not. There was 4 or 5 people that acted violently. There was thousands of other people, though, who went there with protest signs. I mean, 99% of the protesters protested peacefully. I'm not making excuses for a fraction of a percent who acted badly, but definitely that wouldn't have happened if the APL hadn't made that horrendous decision to move the grand final.
Aaron, that's what Robbie Slater said, saying, well, this would never have happened if the APL... There's no rational correlation for this. A walkout, I thought, okay, I don't agree. I'm okay with the decision. I've said that a few times. But a peaceful walkout, I get. I think, yep, you vote with your feet. So you turn up, you show here we are and here we go. I get that. It makes a powerful statement. I think that is a rational response. But this is irrational. This was an act of terror at sport. So you can't even say, oh, but it would never have happened if. They would have found another reason, these people. They would have found something else to make this happen.
But I think the point is, too, people went there wanting to protest peacefully and their protest signs were removed. So you actually weren't allowed to go to Amy Park on Saturday night, hold up a sign saying something about APL greed because the police and the security were taking your sign away.
Yeah, right. So, okay. Well, that's because those signs have been up at the other games, though, haven't they, Aaron? Like the other games where they have protested peacefully and walked out to show their displeasure at the decision, they have had those signs, haven't they?
Yes, for a moment, and then the police and security were removing the signs from them.
Are you normally allowed to have signs at A-League? You tell me. I checked out a while ago when they couldn't get this stuff under control.
Normally you are, but on Saturday night, someone made a decision, don't allow anybody to hold up a sign that says anything negative about the APL. I understand a few of the signs said F the APL, fair enough, but there was many signs without swearing that were removed. And I think that's wrong. I think you should be able to go there and hold up a sign as long as it's not swearing on there or nothing, insulting, you'll be allowed to protest the decision. And on Saturday night, people weren't allowed to protest that decision.
Well, I think that was... Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think that the ability to vent your displeasure in a manner that's not abusive or is not going to have an impact on other people's enjoyment around you who are just there to watch the game. Yeah, I think you make a good point there. And I love what you said about Marnus Labuschagne. What a year he's had, what a trajectory his career's on. I think there was a stat the other day, Aaron, that in first innings in Australia, he's actually averaging more than the Don.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Hey, Aaron, thanks, mate, for ringing up and having the chat. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
1300 736 736. Midday Madness, all thanks to Melbourne Roadside Rescue. Wrong fuel extraction, search up shipcreek.com.au. John, Troy, Jace, John, Mark, Lee, straight to you on the other side of this. 1300 736 736 on the Werribee Kia Open Line, awarded National Kia Car Dealer of the Year. Werribee Kia makes buying cars easy.
On SEN, this is Afternoons. Call 1300 01 1170 or text 0457 736 736 on